So let's start with the revision of what we have done yesterday. So these were the different variants, and we understood the difference between sequence and series. Okay, sequence kya hota hai, series kya hota hai. Maybe I'll just remove all the text that I've written ताकि चीजें clearly visible हो. Then we understood कि यार AP क्या होता है. AP का general term is A plus n minus 1 into D. Then हमने इसका formula derive किया. ठीक है, वन इज द ट्रेडिशनल मेथड. आप रिप्लेस करो Tn को A plus n minus 1 into D से एंड देन जस्ट सॉल्व इट. तो Sn is equals to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into D or n by 2 into a plus l or n into arithmetic mean of the series. Method 2 था आप like you just reverse the Sn and then add them. That is a smarter way. Then AP का प्रॉपर्टी होता है फर्स्ट टर्म प्लस लास्ट टर्म, सेकंड टर्म प्लस सेकंड लास्ट टर्म एंड सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. सबका सम सेम होगा. देन वी हैव सीन सम एग्जांपल्स. दीस वर जस्ट एग्जांपल्स. फर्स्ट टर्म गिवन था, लास्ट टर्म गिवन था, नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स गिवन है. वेरी सिंपल ओरल क्वेश्चंस. देन सेम वी हैव अंडरस्टूड कि अगर मुझे चार पार्ट्स में ब्रेक करना है अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन को, इट शुड बी a minus 3d minus d plus d and plus 3d. and if it's three terms it should be a minus d, a and a plus d, ताकि जब मैं सम करूंगा तो d कैंसिल हो जाएगा. बट वन थिंग टू नोट हियर इज, जहां बहुत लोगों ने मिस्टेक्स करी थी कि दे हैव फॉरगॉटन कि d स्क्वायर इज 9 देन d इज इक्वल्स टू 3. ऐसा नहीं होगा. d विल बी प्लस माइनस 3, सो देयर विल बी टू पॉसिबल ऑप्शंस. ये कैट में बहुत ध्यान रखना है. सेम वी जस्ट सॉल्व सम क्वेश्चंस. ये वही है, सेंट्रल टर्म इनटू नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स, मीन इनटू नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स. एंड हम नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स हम मीन कैसे निकालते हैं, लाइक हाउ डू वी डिड्यूस व्हिच इज द सेंट्रल टर्म. If n is odd, we say n plus 1 by 2. If n is even, we say n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1. इन दोनों के बीच वाली जो टर्म होगी, that will be my central term. These were again some questions on its application. Relate करते जाना कि हाँ इस question को मैंने ऐसे किया था. Simple fifth term given है, sum up to 9 term से 10 into 9 होगा. Answer has to be 90. Why? Because mean is 10 and number of terms is 9. ठीक है. Then we have also discussed the property. अगर sum of 3 terms is equals to sum of say 7 terms. So sum of 3 plus 7, which is sum of 10 terms, will be 0. Why? Because 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 terms का sum 0 है and वो तुम्हारा mean contribute करता है. That is why it just comes out to be 0. Then we have done some questions on it. ये सारे question उसी पे थे, central terms पे. Then we discussed a property कि अगर मैंने k से multiply किया तो common difference will be multiplied by k. Add किया then there will be absolutely no change in the common difference of the resultant sequence. It is the concept of arithmetic mean. The thing to note and remember here is arithmetic mean होता है b is equals to a plus c by 2 or 2b equals to a plus c. If b is the arithmetic mean of a and c, then same some questions. ठीक है. How many terms were common? यहाँ पे हमारा concept क्या था? First common term हमको manually visualize करना है. ठीक है. Once you have done that, then common difference will be LCM of d1 comma d2. Then you just know a पता है, d पता है. You just apply the formula. It has to be less than equals to 105 because 105 is the least maximum term out of the two sequences. Then GP हमने देखा जहाँ पे common ratio होता है. इसका common term is a into r to the power n minus 1. Sum of n terms is a into r to the power n minus 1 upon r minus 1. और ये हमने second formula भी देखा था कि r into tn minus t1 upon r minus 1. Then we have done some questions on direct application of this. ये तो ठीक है. फोन नंबर वाला चीज था, राइट? दैट फोन नंबर से हाउ डू वी रिमेंबर द नंबर ऑफ प्राइम नंबर्स बिटवीन एनी 10 numbers. Infinite GP, one important thing to remember here is mod r has to be less than 1. तभी sum will be equals to a upon 1 minus r. Even if r is equals to 1, तब भी sum infinite ही होगा, right? Infinite or minus infinite or not calculated. ठीक है? Not determined. So it has to be strictly less than 1. And we have done some questions. यहाँ क्या किया था हमने? Fair, same चीज था. We just put any value of n equals to 3 और general r में it's a square, it's a quadratic equation in r. Solve किया. r की दो values आई. a की value possible है because r is positive. Then we discussed the concept of geometric mean, which is multiply all the numbers and then to the power 1 by number of terms. So for example, you have two terms a and c. उसका geometric mean will be root ac. ठीक है. सो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ वी हैव थ्री टर्म्स ए बी सी जो जीपी में है, ठीक है, तो सेंट्रल टर्म विल बी द ज्योमेट्रिक मीन व्हिच इज बी एंड प्रॉपर्टी इज बी स्क्वायर इक्वल्स टू एसी. ये वो ये बीच में मैंने ज्योमेट्रिक प्रोग्रेशन में अगर मैंने बीच में ज्योमेट्रिक मीन इंसर्ट किया, रिजल्टेंट सीक्वेंस विल आल्सो बी इन जीपी. नाउ यू कैन अप्लाई सेम कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ व्हाट यू हैव लर्नड इन एपी इन जीपी एज वेल. if n is odd, product of n terms will be equals to central term, which is geometric mean to the power n. So here also we've learned if we have 3 terms, general terms kya hoti hai? If we have 4 terms, what are the general terms? Some questions on that. Then AGP. So for any random sequence जहाँ मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, this is the concept that we use. जो भी common ratio है, you just multiply by that, keep on subtracting it until you get a final GP. ठीक है? 8 plus 88 plus 888. यहाँ पे concept क्या है? You just try to convert this into 9 plus 99 plus 999 by multiplying and dividing by something, and then put 9 as 10 minus 1, 99 as 100 minus 1, and then solve it. Then we have done some questions on visualization. यहाँ पे we have learned अगर if we have a series like this जहाँ पे difference in the individual terms of denominator, for example 5, 7, 7, 9, 9, 11, में difference अगर constant है, we try to generate that difference in the numerator and then divide it. So यहाँ पे difference is 2, we will multiply and divide it by 2. तो numerator में भी 2 हो जाएगा. If you have the difference of the terms of denominator in the numerator, you can simply break it as 1 by 5 minus 1 by 7 plus 1 by 7 plus minus 1 by 9 and so on and so forth. तो सिर्फ फर्स्ट वाला टर्म बचेगा, बाकी सब टर्म्स कैंसिल हो जाते हैं because it's an infinite series. Same, these were again some questions on visualization. Same चीज जो अभी मैंने बताई थी, we just applied that here. Same concept was applied here. Difference को हमने ऊपर जनरेट किया, ठीक है, and then A2 plus A4000 was equals to A1 plus 4001 because these terms are in AP. Fair. यहाँ पे we had two ways. एक जो समृद्धि ने बताया था a minus d square, a square, a plus d square, but it was very calculative because I had to manually solve 3 equations, 3 variables. Second was slightly visualization wala method कि for the terms to be a perfect square, we just kept on putting the values of n until it satisfies all the 3 equations. That was a faster way. Multiply divided by 2 and then you will get what you wanted. वो वाला pattern मिल जाएगा. This was a question that I've given as homework. इसका आंसर ये है. Try to solve it yourself and then discuss it in the group if needed. यहाँ learning was we have simplified individual terms and then we have observed a pattern कि वो 1 plus 1 by something का pattern बनता है and then you just solve it further. Again, Fibonacci series T7 minus T6. So we have calculated T6, we calculated T7, ठीक है, and then it's just sum of the last 2 terms. इसमें भी वही था, sum of n terms minus something is equals to 575. So we had to manually hit and trial the value of n for which it satisfies. So n equals to 34 पे value just 575 को cross करता है, hence delta was 20. So missing number is 20. ये तो simple था, सिर्फ equation लिखना है, you just get 12th term equals to 0. ये question बहुतों से नहीं हुआ था. 10 to the power 9 से divide किया, it becomes n AGP. Then you just keep on solving it in the same fashion. Multiply by common ratio, then subtract the equations and solve it. यहाँ it was a concept of Venn diagram. It has to be sum of 3 plus 5 plus 7 minus 15 minus 35 minus 21 plus 105 and then mean वाला term जो logic समृद्धि ने बताया था कि mean वाला concept is better to find it out, find the central term and then multiply it by the number of terms. Same यहाँ पे कुछ तो GP बन रहा है 1 by 3 square 1 by 3 cube. इसमें what we have to do is always multiply it by the common ratio, take the difference, then multiply, then take the difference and solve. Same concept यहाँ पे था, which Mayur mentioned. Then we talked about harmonic HP. HP में सारी AP की properties लगती है. It's just you have to convert HP into an AP by reversing the terms. Harmonic mean का direct formula होता है. If A and B are 2 terms, then the harmonic mean between these 2 terms will be 2AB upon A plus B. One important property, arithmetic mean into harmonic mean is equals to geometric mean का square. बहुत बार questions में arithmetic mean given होगा, harmonic mean given होगा, सीधा geometric mean पूछेंगे. So this formula directly helps. And second is aim is always greater than equals to GM is always greater than equals to HM if x's or variables are all the positive real numbers. ये important है that you only apply them अगर positive real numbers है. Same property aim greater than equals to HM. ठीक है, harmonic को हमने AP में convert किया then solve किया. It was simple. Maximum sum कब आएगा जब सारी terms positive होगी. So we calculated कि n की कौन सी value पे terms start going to a negative value. n निकाल लिया then we can directly find the sum of an AP. इसमें थोड़ा सा the fastest method is जो I think Anshika and Nandini has mentioned. By symmetry we can say answer has to be 1 and 3. Then we have just chosen any values of A, B and C. Sorry, X, Y and Z, and then calculate the values of A, B, C and just put it. Longer method, subjective method से मैंने prove करके बताया था. Then ये जो I think Abhinay ने बताया था, it was the same method. You just add sum of even, sum of odd. This will give you sum of all the series. Then you subtract them. This will give you k into d. Simplify that, and then just solve it. इसमें same which Siddh has mentioned. R5, S5 nikala. You just add them. Visualize the option. Option 4 comes out to be answer. Then ये तो सेम है जो अभी हमने डिस्कस किया. यहाँ सीक्वेंस बनता है ABC ABC ABC. Then important points. Sum of n terms, sum of square, ये सबको पता ही है. Nothing great. Done. So I think this is what we have covered until yesterday. You're confident? सब revision हो गया हमारा. So see what we have done yesterday in 7 hours, we just did it in what 7 minutes now. है ना? तो ऐसे revision करते रहो. You'll do good. And this is how you even have to revise going forward. जब भी कोई टॉपिक हो जाए, this is how you have to revise. See the question, you just visualize, अच्छा ये तो ऐसे solve होगा. You don't have to solve it, मतलब, and then move on. ठीक है? ये speed अभी सबको रखनी है. And this will happen अगर पहली बार में तुमने अच्छे से question solve किया होगा. Okay? So let's move on. So these are the different types of number series. अभी तक हमने AP पढ़ा, GP पढ़ा, HP पढ़ा, AGP पढ़ लिया, right? इसके beyond भी बहुत सारे patterns होते हैं, which we see in question, but then वो patterns हमें click नहीं होते because those are very different sort of patterns which is harder to visualize. And that is why the slides comes into picture कि अगर questions बहुत difficult भी आ रहा है, maybe ZAT में, IFT में, CAT में typically नहीं आएगा, but अगर CAT में भी difficult आता है, it has to be from one of these series. So if you already know this series, तो next time you just see such sequence, तुमको click होगा यार ये तो ये वाली series बन रही है, ठीक है? So इसको note down कर लेना सब लोग, and yeah, let me just walk you through each of these series. तो पहली वाली series देखते हैं. For example, NMAT में इस type के बहुत सारे questions होते हैं कि find the next term, and it becomes very difficult for students क्योंकि वो click नहीं होता है कि यार next term क्या होगा, है ना? So like try not to see the answer. मैंने यहीं पे लिख रखे हैं. I should have used animation, but ठीक है, मैंने वो मिस कर दिया. तो अभी सी 19, 23, 39 and 75. तो यहाँ पे first thing that we will do is we will try to find कि यार difference कितना हो रहा है. 19 और 23 के बीच में difference is 4, then 16 and then 36. So pattern क्या बना? It is 2 square, then it is 4 square, then it is 6 square, which means next difference has to be 8 square. So यहाँ पे number कितना हो जाएगा? Whatever, 39 plus 64. Sorry, 75 plus 64 will be the next number. And these help you even in finding the general term. क्योंकि अभी तुमको difference पता है, then you can using हमने जो भी अभी पढ़ा, you'll be able to find the sum or find the nth term. ठीक है? Second भी same है. So always check for the difference. That is first thing, क्योंकि usually number series होती है. Difference can be 6, 18, 30, 42. तो यहाँ पे pattern क्या है? 6 into 1, 6 into 3, 6 into 5, 6 into 7. So next क्या होगा? 6 into 9. Right? So that will be the difference. So you just add 54. Then अभी अगर ये वाला क्वेश्चन मैं तुमको दे दूं कि यार 241, 268, 332, 457, 673, find the next term. It will be very hard for you to sort of figure this out, है ना? Unless you know कि अच्छा यार मैंने difference किया, it is 27, 64, 125. So the point is difference के जो patterns होते हैं, it can be something like this. This is 3 cube. So you always also have to visualize and check for such patterns. 3 cube, 4 cube, 5 cube. So next has to be 6 cube. Okay. Then this was the first pattern, which is different series. Second is fast growth या फिर multiplicative series, which is what? 10, 31, 95, 288. इसमें क्या हो रहा है? You just multiply every term by 3 and then add plus 1, right? 10 में 3 multiply किया 30, add plus 1, 31. 31 में 3 multiply किया कितना आया? 93, then add plus 2. So it is into 3 plus 1 into 3 plus 2 into 3 plus 3. So next will be into 3 plus 4 and then into 3 plus 5, right? So general term क्या हो जाएगा? General term will be tn minus 1 into 3 plus second term में तुम एक add कर रहे हो, so nth term में you will add n minus 1. This will be your general term. So if you know how to write general term or if you visualize the pattern, your life will be much easier in even advanced questions. 98-99% of the students will take definitely 2.5 to 3 minutes. But if you have these series in the mind, you'll be able to solve it in 15-20 seconds. ठीक है? So multiplicative series इस type से होती है. Then एक अलग type की series होती है जो काफी difficult होती है to visualize if you don't know it, which is say 0, 2, 10, 30, 68, 130. नाउ यहाँ पे ना समझ में नहीं आएगा कि हो क्या रहा है, क्योंकि डिफरेंस काम नहीं करेगा, मल्टीप्लीकेशन काम नहीं करेगा. नो फिक्स्ड पैटर्न विल एक्चुअली वर्क हियर अनलेस यू नो कि व्हाट इज जीरो. जीरो इज नथिंग बट जीरो क्यूब प्लस जीरो. What is 2? 1 cube plus 1. What is 10? 2 cube plus 2. What is 30? 3 cube plus 3. So eventually मेरा pattern बन रहा है which is Tn is equals to n cube plus n. So I might as well ask you कि भाई मैंने तुमको find the sum of 20 terms of the series 0 to 10 30 68 and so on and so forth. अगर ये वाला question मैं तुमको दे देता, I'm sure very few students would have been able to crack it. Because it is absolutely difficult to figure it out कि क्या सीरीज बन रही है. बट नाउ यू नो इट. क्या करना है, टी एन क्या है, एन क्यूब प्लस एन. सम ऑफ एन टर्म्स क्या हो जाएगा, समेशन ऑफ एन क्यूब प्लस समेशन ऑफ एन. समेशन ऑफ एन क्यूब इज एन इंटू एन प्लस वन बाई टू होल स्क्वायर. समेशन ऑफ एन इज एन इंटू एन प्लस वन बाई टू. यू जस्ट पुट द वैल्यू ऑफ एन इक्वल्स टू 20 एंड सॉल्व इट. सिमिलरली दिस इज नॉट द ओनली वे. सो द पॉइंट इज यूल हैव टू रिमेंबर एटलीस्ट. सी यहाँ तो ठीक है डिफरेंस कर लिया, मल्टीप्लीकेशन ये थोड़ा सा इंट्यूटिव हो जाता है, बट ट्राई टू रिमेंबर दी सीरीज 0 to 10 30 n cube plus n series है. 0 6 24 60 120 210 210. This is what n cube minus n, which is same 1 cube minus 1, 2 cube minus 2, 3 cube minus 3. हो रहा है 3 cube minus 3 is 24, 2 cube minus 2 is 6, 4 cube minus 4 64 minus 4 is 60, 5 cube minus 5 125 minus 5. ये पैटर्न बन रहा है राइट. नेक्स्ट सीरीज. देन अगेन increasing the level of difficulty, n cube plus n square and then n cube minus n square. 0 to 12 36 0 0 4 18 48. तो ये you will have to, if you know these series, like next time you just see such question, always check for this कि n cube plus n बैठ रहा है या n cube minus n बैठ रहा है या plus n square और minus n square. These are like the common series. इसके beyond भी आ सकता है but typically इसमें से ही आना चाहिए अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आए. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर क्वेश्चन ऐसा है 83 85 95 125 193. सो व्हाट डू यू डू. ऐसे तो कोई पैटर्न क्लिक नहीं कर रहा. यू फर्स्ट थिंग सब लोग डिफरेंस ही चेक करते हैं. तुम डिफरेंस देखोगे 2 10 30 68 एंड देन ये क्लिक हो जाना चाहिए कि यार दिस इज द सीरीज, व्हिच मींस डिफरेंस में इट इज n क्यूब प्लस n, राइट. सो tn इज इक्वल्स टू tn माइनस 1 प्लस n क्यूब प्लस n, राइट. कुछ उस टाइप की सीरीज बनेगी मेरी. And T1 will be equals to 83. Then similarly, Fibonacci series are very unique and important types of series. जो नहीं दिखती है Fibonacci. Fibonacci क्या होता है? Any term is equals to the sum of last two terms. ठीक है. For example, इसमें हमेशा first two terms तो given होती है. 17 given रहेगा, 26 given रहेगा. Say 2 3 given है. 5 is 2 plus 3, 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 5 13, 13 plus 8 21, etc. 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 ठीक है. This is a Fibonacci series. Then similarly, Fibonacci can also be in difference. तो जरूरी नहीं फिबोनाची डायरेक्ट सीरीज ही मिले. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस, यहाँ पे कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. यू जस्ट टेक डिफरेंस. डिफरेंस में देखिएगा 9 17, नेक्स्ट टर्म इज 26 व्हिच इज 17 plus 9, नेक्स्ट टर्म इज 43 व्हिच इज 26 plus 17, नेक्स्ट टर्म इज 69 व्हिच इज 43 plus 26 and so on and so forth. Clear everyone? All you have to do is just revise it for 21 days every day in the morning, like Jeetu bhaiya said. Revise it for 21 days and then you'll be able to remember this. So let's solve some questions now. अभी कर लो, but at least when you revise, you don't have to solve it. मन में visualize करना है कि यार ठीक है जनरल टर्म दिख रही है n into n plus 2, सम निकाल लूंगा 20 टर्म्स तक, है ना. कुछ करना नहीं है उसमें. Now just calculation. अब calculation में you have to be very fast. मतलब सीधा देखो और आंसर लगाओ. It is sum of 20 terms, right? So कुछ वैल्यू आनी चाहिए. आई थिंक मोस्ट ऑफ यू आर गेटिंग 3290 एज आंसर. मतलब just solve it yourself and see. Most of the students are getting 3290. तो एक बार चेक कर लेना सब. तो कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें. So I leave this on you. And this is the next question. So in such question, all you have to do is to identify the general term. Anyone wants to explain?
Yeah, yes, sir. So I actually use the term 1/3 n into n minus 1.
No. Please tell, how did you come up with this term? Like, what was your approach?
Like I first check, like I try to simplify the numbers.
Okay.
And I say there is one and 2 in the first two numbers. So I was trying with random patterns, and then I finally find out this one. Yeah.
If you can visualize the pattern directly, nothing great than that.
No, I was trying some random patterns like how we can get this. So finally I get this one. Like,
okay.
But yeah, 1/3 into n minus 1 into n minus 2 plus n.
Good. Okay, so now let us also see if you can figure out the pattern randomly, nothing better than that by just solving some number crunching. Otherwise, the way in which you can again find the pattern is, see, if you can't relate this to any of the existing patterns that I've mentioned earlier, what you do is you just try with the difference. This is 1, this is 3, this is 7, this is 11, sorry, 13. Then this is what?
21.
21, correct? So, this is what it is. This is first order of difference, right? Abhi bhi tumko, you can't find a series. So what you do is, you just go with the second level of difference. This is 2, this is 4, this is 6, this is 8. Now you can feel something, right? So you again go with the third order of difference. This is 2, this is 2, this is 2. So now if you can recall from one of my previous session, I mentioned that just order mein you basically get the same difference, that is the order of the series, which means because in the third level, in the third hierarchy, I'm getting similar difference, this has to be a series. Iska general term has to be a series, has to be an expression of degree 3, right? For the engineers or for the students who have done JEE preparation, what I'm essentially doing is I'm saying that the third derivative is coming out to be constant, right? d3y upon dx cube is actually coming out to be constant. So it has to be a third degree polynomial. For others, you can just go by this rule that just order pe difference constant hai, us level ka, it has to be a third degree thing, right? Abhi, then you have different ways. One thing is you just take ax cube, say an cube plus bn square plus cn plus d, 4 variables karo, and then put n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4 to find it out. Or alternatively, the approach which I would have followed is, I would have written it smartly because मुझे पता है I have to actually substitute the values of n equals to 1, n equals to 2, n equals to 3, right? So what I would have done is a into my series would have been n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 plus b into n minus 1 into n minus 2 plus c into n minus 1 plus d. It is a third degree polynomial, right? But then this will simplify my life because if I'm going to put n equals to 1, many of the terms are going to get cancelled, right? Then I will check it t1 is equals to 1, which means if I put n equals to 1, this is cancelled, this is cancelled, this is cancelled. So I will only be left with d equals to 1. Then I'm going to put t2 equals to what? Second term kya hai iski? 2 hai. T2 is 2. So now if you put t2 equals to 2, this is gone, this is gone. N equals to 2 dala, this is what? C plus d is equals to 2. D की value 1 है, so C is also equals to 1. Right? Similarly, T3 equals to 5 and then T4 is equals to 12. बहुत ही easily ये चीज solve हो जाएगी because now terms get cancelled. You just put it back in the expression and you will get your answer. The answer finally comes down as, इसको सब लोग एक बार घर पे try करना, 1/3 n square minus 3n plus 5. This is the final answer. Okay, so try with visualizing a pattern. If you can do it, well and good. If you can't, you always have an approach to fall back on. And approach is also easy. But then this is the method which we call as the coefficient method. Let's solve this one. I'm not asking you to find the sum of the series. What I'm rather asking you is to find the nth term. I know हमारा इतना practice किया है, so ये series देख के we start applying AGB वाला concept. बट यहाँ पे सम नहीं पूछा है, यहाँ पे nth टर्म पूछी. फर्स्ट कॉमन मिस्टेक दैट हैपेंस इज सब लोग सम निकालने लगते हैं, s into x किया, माइनस किया, देन अगेन माइनस किया, एंड देन दे जस्ट कीप ऑन डूइंग दिस थिंग. बट read the question, it is find the nth term. So now let me ask someone who was not able to solve this question. If there is anyone who wants to volunteer who could not solve this question, we can do it.
Yes, sir.
Else, yes, yeah. Yes, good.
Sir, actually, I did answer the question. I didn't get the
It's wrong. It's wrong.
It's wrong.
Haan.
Okay, so what the concept I used was simply just I found the difference, that is it's 2n plus 1, and the power of x.
You have to find the nth term, right?
Nth
and
term,
this is one constant and one variable. So variable to clear है. Variable क्या होगा? It will be x to the power
n minus 1.
n minus 1, right? Because first term में x to the power 0 है, second में x है, third में x square है, so n में x to the power n minus 1 होगा, and then there will be some constant. Now we have to find the constant. ठीक है? तो बताओ, how did you do? ये difference कितना है?
2n plus 1.
नहीं, just a minute. What are you saying?
4.
This is 4.
The difference is 4. Yeah.
So एक बार जो तुमने मेथड लगाया, एक बार वो बता दो. What was that method?
हाँ सर सिर्फ पहले इसमें का निकाला मैंने और बाकी जनरलाइज कर दिया कि भाई ये 6 plus 1 हो रहा है, तो वैसे गलत हो गया फिर.
No wait, you saying कि ये 6 plus 1 हो रहा है?
हाँ, 6 plus 1 into x to the power n minus 1.
हाँ, ठीक है. So
yeah,
ये कैसे कर रहे हो जनरलाइज? जनरलाइज टर्म क्या बोली तुमने यश?
हाँ, 3n plus 1 होएगा फिर. या
3n plus 1
क्या
12 plus 1 this is 20 plus 1.
Okay.
मतलब कुछ सीक्वेंस बनाना भी है, so it is what plus 1 तो हो रहा है सब में. Then 2
Yes.
6 12 20. What is 24 into 5? What is 12? 3 into 4. What is 6? 2 into 3. What is 2? 1 into 2. So it is
1.
n into n plus 1.
Okay.
So Tn is what? N into n plus 1 plus 1 x to the power n minus 1. Even if you have to do it directly, right? Yes. So मतलब always जो भी तुम पैटर्न बनाओ, make sure कि वो 4-5 टर्म्स तक it is satisfying. सिर्फ एक टर्म के बेसिस पे you can never generalize.
Okay, sir, got it.
Plus you did not apply जो मैंने last slide में सिखाया है, तो seems like learning में काफी gap है यश. I just taught you a method. This was the exact replica, but you could not apply what was just taught in the last thing. मैंने क्या बताया था?
सर ऑर्डर्स में जाना है, उसके फर्स्ट ऑर्डर सेकंड ऑर्डर डिराइव करते जाना.
तो फर्स्ट ऑर्डर के अंदर डिफरेंस कितना आ रहा है?
4 का डिफरेंस आएगा इसमें.
यहाँ पे
6 का.
यहाँ पे कितना डिफरेंस है 13 and 21 में? 8 राइट. देन फर्स्ट में सेम नहीं आया, सेकंड ऑर्डर में क्या डिफरेंस है?
2 का.
2. यहाँ पे भी 2. सेकंड में सेम आ गया,
सेकंड ऑर्डर,
व्हिच मींस क्या होगा ये? a into
सेकंड ऑर्डर.
सेकंड ऑर्डर कैसे लिखूं मैं? जल्दी सॉल्व करना है तो
n स्क्वायर.
नहीं,
n minus 1 into n minus 2.
गुड.
Plus b into n minus 1.
वेरी गुड.
Plus c.
That's it. Now क्या करना है अभी?
Now put the t1 equal to 3.
उससे क्या आएगा?
d equal to 4.
उससे क्या आएगा? If you put n equals to 1 and t1 equals to 3, c की वैल्यू कितनी आएगी?
c equal to 4.
How will c be 4? Put n equals to 1 here. This is 0. This is 0. c equals to 3.
3. Okay.
Right? Excuse me. Then, so everyone, you don't have to write it again. You just have to cut the variables and directly replace them to save your time. Now you will put n equals to 2. This is gone. This is what? b plus 3 is equals to 7. So b must be 4. Yes, clear?
Yes, sir.
Then you will put n equals to 3. You will get what? 13. If you put n equals to 3, this is 2. 2 into 4 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, which means this value must be 2. If this is 2 and if you put n equals to 2 here, this is what? 2a. 2a is equals to 2. So a has to be equals to 1. So this is nothing but if you just simplify this, you will get n square plus n plus 1. Okay? So yes, general term is this into x to the power n minus 1. Clear everyone?